My trip to New York was more than just a vacation. It was a journey of discovery, inspiration, and transformation. From the moment I stepped off the plane at JFK International Airport, I knew that this trip would be unlike any other. The city that never sleeps had always held a certain mystique for me, and I was eager to immerse myself in its vibrant energy and explore its countless wonders. As I made my way through the bustling airport, the cacophony of sounds and the whirlwind of activity invigorated me. I caught a cab to my hotel, and as we drove through the city's streets, I couldn't help but be mesmerized by the towering skyscrapers, the throngs of people, and the vibrant atmosphere. The sights and sounds of New York City were unlike anything I had ever experienced, and I was eager to begin my adventure. My hotel was located in the heart of Manhattan, just a stone's throw away from Times Square. As I checked in and made my way to my room, I couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and anticipation. The city lay before me, a vast playground of possibilities, and I was determined to make the most of my time here. The first thing I did was head to Times Square. As I stepped into the iconic square, I was greeted by a dazzling array of neon lights, giant billboards, and a sea of people. The energy was electric, and I felt a rush of exhilaration as I took in the sights and sounds. I wandered through the square, marveling at the sheer scale of it all. Street performers entertained the crowds, and tourists snapped photos in front of the famous landmarks. I couldn't help but join in, capturing the moment with my own camera and savoring the vibrant atmosphere. From Times Square, I made my way to Broadway. As a lover of theatre, I had always dreamed of seeing a Broadway show, and now that dream was about to become a reality. I had tickets to see The Lion King, and as I entered the theatre, I felt a sense of excitement and anticipation. The show was everything I had hoped for and more. The performances were breathtaking, the music was enchanting, and the production was nothing short of spectacular. I was completely swept up in the magic of the moment, and as the final curtain fell, I knew that this experience would stay with me forever. The next day, I decided to explore Central Park. This sprawling oasis of green in the midst of the concrete jungle was a welcome respite from the hustle and bustle of the city. I spent hours wandering through the park, taking in the beauty of the landscaped gardens, the serene lakes, and the towering trees. I visited the Central Park Zoo, watched street musicians perform, and even took a leisurely boat ride on the lake. As I strolled through the park, I felt a sense of peace and tranquility, a stark contrast to the frenetic energy of the city. One of the highlights of my trip was visiting the Metropolitan Museum of Art. As an art enthusiast, I was eager to explore the museum's vast collection of masterpieces. From ancient Egyptian artifacts to Renaissance paintings, the Met had it all. I spent an entire day wandering through the galleries, marveling at the incredible works of art on display. The museum's grandeur and the sheer scale of its collection left me in awe, and I felt a deep sense of appreciation for the beauty and creativity of human expression. No trip to New York would be complete without a visit to the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. I took a ferry ride to Liberty Island, and as I approached the iconic statue, I was filled with a sense of wonder and awe. Standing at the base of the statue, I looked up at Lady Liberty and reflected on the ideals of freedom and opportunity that she represented. From there, I made my way to Ellis Island, where I explored the Immigration Museum and learned about the millions of immigrants who had passed through its doors in search of a better life. The stories of hardship, hope, and perseverance were deeply moving, and I left with a renewed appreciation for the diverse tapestry of American history. Another unforgettable experience was visiting the 9/11 Memorial and Museum. The somber and poignant memorials honoring the victims of the September 11th attacks were deeply moving. As I walked through the museum, I was struck by the resilience and strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable tragedy. The exhibits were powerful and emotional, and I left with a profound sense of reflection and gratitude. One of the most delightful aspects of my trip was the food. New York City is a culinary paradise, and I was determined to sample as much of it as possible. From street food vendors to Michelin-starred restaurants, the city's food scene was diverse and exciting. I savored hot dogs from street carts, indulged in New York-style pizza, and enjoyed gourmet meals at some of the city's finest restaurants. Each meal was a new adventure, and the flavors and aromas of the city were a feast for the senses. My trip also included visits to some of New York's most famous neighborhoods. In Greenwich Village, I explored the charming streets lined with historic brownstones and trendy boutiques. I enjoyed live music at a jazz club and discovered hidden gems in the neighborhood's eclectic mix of shops and cafes. In Soho, I marveled at the stunning cast-iron architecture and indulged in some retail therapy at the area's high-end stores. In Harlem, I experienced the rich cultural heritage of the neighborhood, visiting historic sites and enjoying soul food at iconic restaurants. One of the most memorable moments of my trip was taking in the breathtaking views from the top of the Rock Observation Deck at Rockefeller Center. As I gazed out over the city, I felt a sense of awe and wonder at the sprawling metropolis below. The panoramic views of the skyline, with its iconic landmarks and towering skyscrapers, were simply stunning. It was a moment of reflection and appreciation for the incredible city that had captured my heart. Throughout my trip, I encountered countless acts of kindness and hospitality from the people of New York. Despite its reputation for being fast-paced and intense, the city was filled with warmth and generosity. From the helpful stranger who gave me directions to the friendly shop owner who shared stories about the neighborhood, the people I met added a special dimension to my experience. As my time in New York drew to a close, I found myself reflecting on the incredible journey I had undertaken. The city had challenged me, inspired me, and opened my eyes to new possibilities. I had discovered a world of art, culture, history, and cuisine, and I had been moved by the stories of resilience and hope that were woven into the fabric of the city. Leaving New York, I felt a deep sense of gratitude for the experiences I had and the lessons I had learned. The trip had been more than just a vacation. It had been a transformative journey that had broadened my horizons and enriched my soul. New York City had left an indelible mark on my heart, and I knew that the memories of this incredible adventure would stay with me forever. In the years that followed, I often looked back on my trip to New York with fondness and nostalgia. The city had become a source of inspiration and a reminder of the beauty and diversity of the world. Whenever I faced challenges or felt overwhelmed, I would think of the bustling streets, the towering skyscrapers, and the vibrant energy of New York, and I would draw strength from the memories of my journey. My trip to New York had been a celebration of life, a testament to the power of exploration and discovery. It had taught me the importance of embracing new experiences, of being open to the unknown, and of finding joy and inspiration in the world around me. The city had shown me that there was always something new to learn, something new to see, and something new to be inspired by. As I continued on my life's journey, I carried with me the spirit of New York, the sense of wonder and adventure that had defined my trip. The city had become a part of me, a source of strength and inspiration that I could draw upon whenever I needed it. My trip to New York was a chapter in my life story, a chapter filled with excitement, discovery, and transformation. It was a journey that had changed me, and for that I would always be grateful. Returning home from New York, the city's vibrant energy lingered within me, influencing my daily life and interactions. The trip had instilled a newfound confidence and curiosity, prompting me to explore my own city with fresh eyes. I sought out local museums, theaters, and parks, eager to uncover the hidden gems in my own backyard. Inspired by my culinary adventures in New York, I began experimenting in the kitchen, trying my hand at various cuisines and sharing my creations with friends and family. The lessons I learned from my trip extended beyond mere activities. New York had taught me the value of resilience and adaptability. The city's fast-paced environment and its inhabitants' unyielding determination resonated with me deeply. I found myself approaching challenges with a more positive mindset, confident in my ability to navigate obstacles and seize opportunities. My experience in New York also rekindled my passion for art and culture. I enrolled in a local art class, eager to develop my skills and express my creativity. The class became a weekly highlight, a time to unwind and connect with fellow art enthusiasts. Through painting and drawing, I discovered new ways to capture the world around me, translating the vibrant energy of New York onto canvas. In addition to art, I started attending theater performances and concerts more frequently. The Broadway show I had seen in New York sparked a love for live performances, and I was determined to immerse myself in the local art scene. Each show I attended brought back memories of that magical night in New York, reminding me of the city's boundless creativity and inspiration. My newfound appreciation for history led me to volunteer at a local historical society. I enjoyed researching and sharing stories about our community's past, drawing parallels between the rich histories of New York and my own city. This volunteer work allowed me to connect with people from various backgrounds, fostering a sense of community and shared heritage. The influence of New York also extended to my professional life. Inspired by the city's entrepreneurial spirit, I proposed new ideas and initiatives at work, aiming to improve processes and foster innovation. My colleagues noticed the change, and my enthusiasm and proactive approach began to positively impact our team's dynamics and productivity. The connections I made in New York continued to enrich my life as well. I kept in touch with several people I had met during my trip, exchanging stories, ideas, and experiences. These friendships, though formed in a brief period, became valuable sources of support and inspiration. We often reminisced about our time in the city, sharing updates and planning future reunions. Over time, I started planning another trip to New York. The city had left an indelible mark on me, and I was eager to return and explore even more of its wonders. This time, I wanted to delve deeper into its neighborhoods, discover lesser-known attractions, and connect with its diverse communities. The anticipation of returning to New York filled me with excitement and motivation, driving me to continue my personal growth and exploration. As the months passed, my journey of self-discovery and inspiration continued to unfold. The impact of my trip to New York was evident in every aspect of my life, from my hobbies and interests to my relationships and career. The city had ignited a spark within me, a desire to live life to the fullest and embrace new experiences with open arms. New York had taught me that the world was vast and full of possibilities, waiting to be explored and cherished. It had shown me the importance of resilience, creativity, and community, values that I carried with me every day. My trip to New York was more than just a vacation. It was a transformative experience that had shaped my outlook on life and inspired me to become the best version of myself. As I continued to build on the foundation laid by my trip, I realized that the journey of discovery and inspiration was never ending. There would always be new places to explore, new people to meet, and new lessons to learn. The spirit of New York, with its boundless energy and endless possibilities, would always be a part of me, guiding me on my path and reminding me to embrace the world with curiosity and wonder. And so, with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit of adventure, I looked forward to the future, eager to see where my journey would take me next. The story of my trip to New York was just one chapter in the book of my life, but it was a chapter that had enriched me beyond measure and set the stage for countless new adventures to come. As I prepared for my return trip to New York, I felt a renewed sense of excitement. This second visit was an opportunity to deepen my connection with the city and to continue my journey of discovery. I meticulously planned my itinerary, determined to explore new neighborhoods, revisit favorite spots, and engage more meaningfully with the city's diverse communities. Arriving in New York again felt like reuniting with an old friend. The familiar hum of the city, the towering skyscrapers, and the bustling streets welcomed me back with open arms. This time, I stayed in a charming brownstone in Brooklyn, eager to experience the borough's unique culture and vibrant atmosphere. Brooklyn was a revelation. I spent my days wandering through the tree-lined streets of Park Slope, admiring the historic architecture and enjoying the neighborhood's eclectic mix of cafes, boutiques, and bookstores. Prospect Park, with its sprawling meadows and tranquil lakes, became my favorite spot for morning runs and leisurely picnics. I also explored the artistic hub of Williamsburg, where street art adorned every corner and creative energy permeated the air. The Brooklyn Flea Market, with its array of vintage treasures and artisanal foods, was a delightful discovery, and I relished the opportunity to chat with local vendors and learn about their crafts. One of the highlights of my Brooklyn experience was visiting the Brooklyn Museum. Its diverse collection, ranging from ancient Egyptian artifacts to contemporary art, captivated me. The museum's focus on social issues and its commitment to representing marginalized voices resonated deeply with me. I attended a thought-provoking exhibition on civil rights, which further fueled my passion for social justice and community activism. My culinary adventures in Brooklyn were equally memorable. I indulged in everything from classic New York bagels at a local deli to innovative farm-to-table dishes at trendy restaurants. Each meal was a testament to Brooklyn's culinary diversity and creativity. One evening, I joined a food tour that took me through various neighborhoods, sampling dishes from different cultures and hearing the stories behind them. The tour was a feast for the senses and a celebration of Brooklyn's rich culinary heritage. Determined to explore beyond Brooklyn, I ventured into Queens, a borough renowned for its cultural diversity. In Flushing, I explored the vibrant Chinatown, where the bustling streets and fragrant aromas transported me to another world. I visited the Queens Museum, home to the impressive panorama of the city of New York, and spent hours marveling at the intricate details of the miniature city. The Unisphere, a massive steel globe from the 1964 World's Fair, was another highlight, symbolizing the interconnectedness of the world. In Astoria, I experienced the neighborhood's Greek heritage, savoring delicious gyros and baklava at local eateries. I also visited the Museum of the Moving Image, where I delved into the history of film and television. The museum's interactive exhibits and screenings were a testament to the power of visual storytelling, and I left with a greater appreciation for the art of cinema. Manhattan, of course, remained a focal point of my trip. I revisited the iconic landmarks, each one offering a new perspective. The Metropolitan Museum of Art continued to enchant me with its vast collection, and I spent hours exploring new galleries and revisiting old favorites. Central Park, with its ever-changing beauty, was a sanctuary where I could escape the city's hustle and bustle. This time, I took a guided tour to learn more about the park's history and design, gaining a deeper appreciation for this urban oasis. One of the most profound experiences of my trip was visiting the Tenement Museum on the Lower East Side. The museum's immersive tours provided a glimpse into the lives of immigrants who had made New York their home in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Their stories of struggle, resilience, and hope resonated deeply with me. reminding me of the city's rich immigrant heritage and the enduring spirit of those who came in search of a better life. My evenings in Manhattan were filled with cultural experiences. I attended a jazz performance at the Blue Note, where the soulful melodies and intimate setting created an unforgettable atmosphere. I also watched a modern dance performance at the Joyce Theatre, marveling at the dancers' grace and athleticism. Broadway continued to captivate me, and I saw several shows, each one a testament to the incredible talent and creativity of the performers. As my trip progressed, I sought to engage more deeply with the local communities. I volunteered at a community garden in Harlem, helping to plant vegetables and learning about urban agriculture. The experience was both rewarding and educational, and I enjoyed connecting with fellow volunteers and hearing their stories. I also participated in a mural painting project in the Bronx, contributing to a colorful artwork that celebrated the neighborhood's vibrant culture and history. Throughout my journey, I continued to document my experiences through writing and photography. I captured the essence of each neighborhood, the faces of the people I met, and the moments of beauty and inspiration that defined my trip. These reflections became a personal narrative, a testament to the transformative power of travel and the enduring allure of New York City. As my time in New York came to an end, I felt a deep sense of fulfillment and gratitude. The city had once again opened its arms to me, offering a wealth of experiences and opportunities for growth. I returned home with a renewed sense of purpose, inspired by the city's resilience, creativity, and diversity. Back home, I continued to draw on the lessons and experiences from my trip. I became more involved in local community projects, using the skills and knowledge I had gained in New York to make a positive impact. I also shared my experiences with friends and family, encouraging them to embrace the spirit of adventure and exploration. My trip to New York had become a cornerstone of my personal journey, a reminder of the endless possibilities that awaited those who dared to dream and explore. The city's energy and vibrancy had left an indelible mark on me, shaping my outlook on life and inspiring me to pursue my passions with renewed vigor. As I looked to the future, I knew that my journey was far from over. There were still countless places to explore, stories to hear, and experiences to savor. The spirit of New York, with its boundless energy and infinite possibilities, would continue to guide me on my path, reminding me to embrace each moment and live life to the fullest. The story of my trip to New York was a testament to the transformative power of travel and the enduring magic of the city.